The next leg of our journey was to take a train from Venice to Ferrara and then on down to Florence. We took a train out of Venice, got off the train in Ferrara, then we walked into town, rented bikes, and rode around the city on the old wall. Visited a castle surrounded with a very distinct moat, then got back on the train and continued our journey to Florence. We got to our Airbnb apartment, and although a bit small, I had to duck moving around in the kitchen. The best thing about it was only 1 block from the Uffizi Gallery and close to the other major sites in Florence. Perfect location Donna found for us. The Museo Galileo was a fascinating museum with just all kinds of scientific and other instruments from over the centuries. A couple of things that are pervasive in Florence are the tour groups and the lines for the major attractions. We went by the Duomo many times and never failed to be amazed by the exterior. There were always long lines to get inside the Duomo, and since Donna had been in before and was not impressed, we decided not to wait. We found that the Duomo Museum, located behind the Duomo, had much more interesting exhibits, including gold doors from the baptistery, and no line. I found the Basilica di Santa Croce one of the most interesting churches we visited. Besides the spectacular interior and an amazing collection of art, it is the burial place of some of the most illustrious Italians, such as Michelangelo, Galileo, and Machiavelli. In addition, there's a funerary monument to Leonardo da Vinci in the main chapel. There's also a large painting that is part of his monument that is currently being restored in the public space of the church. Fascinating. One of the mornings we were there, I decided to head out and get some sunrise pictures of Florence. I found a good spot to photograph the city, and it was a favorite spot for other photographers too. The wedding photographer for this couple had a videographer and several support people along, while this bride was being photographed by her husband. And then there was a photographer doing some promotional photographs for this juggler. The buildings attached to the side of the bridge are mainly gold and jewelry shops. As in most European cities, there are motorcycles everywhere. Zeb's was a favorite but very unique restaurant. After 4 days in Florence, we headed for the airport where we met Peter and Mary, rented a car, and headed for Satona, where Dana and Jane had rented a villa for the month, and we were going to be staying with them for a week.